Hi, it's Dawn here, and I'm down in my fruit polytunnel today. I'm a bit behind with some of the jobs I need to be getting done, health matters and all of that stuff. So anyway, one of the things I need to get done today is to thin out the peaches on the peach tree. I do that so that there's there's too much fruit on there, so the branches are going to get weighed down and will break. The other reason is to take off any small deformed fruit, etc., and so the tree will put its energy into the fruit that's remaining to produce nice big juicy fruit. And of course we feed, or anything that we take off will get thrown into the pigs. The other thing I need to do is I've got a bit of pruning to do on the citrus trees, and I've got some tidying up to do with the strawberries, and then everything needs a good feed and water this evening. So let me show you a bit of what's happening in the in this polytunnel. Right, first off, the strawberries. These ones have already fruited and they're finished, and what I'm doing is taking off the big leaves, and so all the new little leaves will come through at the top, and that will also means I can get some energy putting into the runners to get some new plants off. This is the second one. I mean, we've had absolutely loads and loads of fruit off this one, and it's absolutely exhausted, so it needs a bit of a tidy up and a good feed and rest, etc. These ones are called everberry, and these ones are supposed to fruit near enough the whole year round, and in fact we've just got some flowers coming over here. So I mean, I've got a couple of leaves there which aren't looking too good, so I'll have to trim them off. But yeah, so that one is going to come on and give us our next lot of fruit. Right, at the back here, the prickly pear is just coming into flower. The flower buds are forming. Back in the watering can. Right, this is the pomegranate bush, and as you can see, it has got loads and loads and loads of flowers, and I'm still hoping it will produce some fruit. So there's one which is hopeful, and there's a few more that I've spotted on it which are sort of forming. So yeah, so I'm sort of hoping that I might get one or two fruits off it this year. I've got two young pineapples down there which are waiting to be planted into a bed. I'm going to give this fella a bit of a prune back. This is the blue sausage fruit tree. It did flower, but unfortunately none of the flowers set into fruit, so I was a bit disappointed with that. So let's well, I've got loads of self-sown parsley coming up along the edge here. This lemon tree, it keeps setting flowers, then the fruits start to set and then they're dropping, so I don't quite know what's going on with this one. It has been regularly fed, maybe it's just not ready. And there's a little kumquat down there. My little olive tree is coming on fine. My Japanese quince is coming on fine. The kiwi is now starting to climb, and it's going to go up there, and then I'm going to train some wires for it to come along. The passion fruit, we've had lots and lots of flowers, and it's still flowering, and it's starting to ramble across where I wanted it to ramble, and we've actually got some fruit forming. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. This is one of my poor citrus trees, which is, look, as you can see, the branches are getting way down. It needs a serious prune, which is unfortunate because there's lots of young fruit there. But we've also still got lots and lots of fruit to pick. but it needs a good tidy up and a good, oh look, there's an orange off down there on the floor. So it needs a good tidy up and a good prune. Dahlias are all coming into flower. There is more young citrus trees along here, and they've been flowering and starting to set some fruit, which is quite good. Now this one is my satsuma tree, and he's actually got a fruit on him this year. So more lemons. Now this is the peach tree. I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm just taking off. Look, I have a ginger coming up there. The dwarf plum is definitely not a dwarf, so I might have to see this autumn about digging that out. It was supposed to be a dwarf, and it's not a dwarf. There's more young citrus trees along here. Szechuan pepper, he's doing okay, putting on lots of growth. And this is the dessert grape, which has got quite a few nice bunches on it, and I need to get some wires up to start bringing that across the top end of the polytunnel here. So back to the peach, right, because that's my main priority today. This is what we call June drop, although I wonder if I can sit the tripod there so you can see. I'll try it. Right. And June drop is when the tree automatically starts dropping fruit of its own. Even though we're now into the start of July, we've had a bit of a cold weather just this past week or so, and right, and it's knocked things back a few weeks. So as you can see here on this branch, there is loads and loads of fruit, too much fruit, so much fruit the branch is weighing down to the ground, so that's all going to get thinned out. Same here, lots of fruit there. There's more fruit up in there. These ones down here I've already started thinning. In fact, that one's a bit deformed, so that can come off. So these ones are all coming off, and these will all go down to the pigs. That one is as well. I've already had a couple of bits of branches break with the weight of fruit, so yes, that's all going to go into the pigs. So that is my priority today, to go through all of these and take off any small and deformed fruits to encourage the tree. Look at them all on there, far too many for that little branch. And of course it will just mean allowing all them to go ahead. We'll just sacrifice, you know, the rest of the fruit. Take that one off as well. So anything that's sort of wrinkled and deformed like that is coming off, any small ones that are coming off, and yeah, and we'll take them down to a reasonable level. So that's what I'm going to continue to do now. And after I've got this polytunnel done and fed, and well, fed and watered tonight. I don't feed and water during the day. And I need to get small bark chips down. I've got a couple of beds there with no bark chips. So give everything a good tidy up, and then that will be this polytunnel sorted out for the time being. So I will catch you later after I've finished thinning my peaches. Right, that's it all done. The peach tree has been thinned out. Got a bucket of peaches to take down to the pigs. Strawberries have been trimmed back. I've deadheaded the dahlias and geraniums and had a good tidy around. I pruned off the top of that plum tree, and I'm now off to go and enjoy my orange. So I'll catch you all later. I've got to go and take these peaches down to the pigs now, and yeah, and then it'll be time to start on another polytunnel.
Oh, he's coming for it.
Martin's feeding the peaches I've taken off the tree to the pigs. We'll just scatter them around and then they'll find them all. I'm sure in the wild pigs would be foraging any fallen fruit. We shall leave the piggies to finish their peaches off, their fallen fruit, and I'm sure they'll thoroughly enjoy them.